Previously on the Goat Surf Club in Senegal.
Welcome to Saint Louis!
Saint Louis Jazz Festival. GSC took off their wetsuits and flip-flops, put on a linen shirt and headed out for some culture, music and arts for the weekend.
That was so tasty.
So we showed up to this party and everyone just having so much fun dancing.
We're in a traditional Mauritanian tent in the middle of the desert in Senegal.
I'm telling you, the only problem in Senegal was only the material, the board and all.
For our final episode of the Goat Surf Club in Senegal, we had big plans to continue to showcase passionate individuals that are making an impact on the environment here in West Africa. We had scheduled a couple days with the Mangrove Reforestation Charity to learn about how the mangrove forests are helping mitigate climate change, but those plans had to be canceled. Normally a shining light of political stability in Africa, Senegal faced some uncharacteristic political unrest that resulted in some violent protests just down the street of where we were staying in Dakar. Less than a mile from our living room, 9 people died on the first day. We followed the advice of our embassies and stayed inside. We're sitting inside, our people are dying in the streets. The city's stirring, the barricades are burning. What happened to dance and Afro beats? The unrest is rising, tear gas bombs fill the silence. We're surfing, learning and working, but now waiting for a pause in the violence. Whoa, whoa, can we get back to the peace we loved? Whoa, whoa, so we can stop this stream of blood.
That was the sound of tear gas bomb.
It's not always possible to remain completely positive when there's literally cars being set on fire and people dying.
Whoa, whoa, can we get back to the peace we loved? Whoa, whoa, so we can stop this stream of blood. Over a period of a few days, we just sat inside, refreshing the news and waiting to see if we could continue to film passionate individuals that are making a positive difference on the planet. Unfortunately, on the third day of the protests, we made the decision to cancel all of our plans when we discovered the government had blocked the use of the internet. We believe the government has blocked certain websites, so it's impossible to open Twitter or Instagram or any sort of communication app, so people can't organize protests for tomorrow. We'll try opening Twitter here, twitter.com, and it just doesn't open. We'll see how that impacts the protest tomorrow, but it's definitely feeling pretty serious. We were lucky to be staying on a quiet, dead-end road and found a safe way to stretch our legs and get out of the house.
We're gonna go play basketball with Gayan, the son of the super chill family that's very generously hosting us. His goal is to be an NBA star, so we're gonna go and give him some Goat Surf Club coaching.
These are the moments that I waited for my whole life. About to get my shine, don't think I'm gonna need some more lights. Been on my grind, that's why my future looks.
You know the film White Man Can't Jump? I'm the white guy in that film.
It's my time.
Let's go.
That bell ringing, I'm swinging, not coming out to play. Conversation about the greatest, we finding out today. Second place ain't good enough, I'm trying to be the first to blow. So if my name ain't champion, then I'ma take it personal. Everybody want it, but you don't get a pass. It comes with the territory, either first or you last. Double-edged sword, so even if it hurts, I'ma laugh. Blood, sweat, and the tears, that's a warrior's man.
Hey!
Should we say I won? No.
We just finished playing basketball. Nice little game with Diane. He wrecked me. Absolutely destroyed. But then we had to finish a bit early because there's some protest going on at the end of the road and we could see some smoke and it feels a bit weird.
Gosh, it's crazy how you just get used to the bangs. It's like you don't even bat an eyelid unless it's a loud one now.
As I'm leaving Senegal, I'm left with the feeling of this is not the film that I wanted to make. I didn't want to make this film because I wanted a positive story about climate action. But I'm also left with a feeling that we're not able to show the Senegal that we were hoping to show, and the Senegal that we know exists because of situations outside of our control. But you've just got to find new ways to inspire yourself, and some of the characters we've spoken to here have been incredibly inspiring, and I hope to take some of their energy with me in the work that I do.
So we come in from outside, we just come here to learn and discover, and we hope to spend meaningful time with people and have meaningful discussions with them so that we can tell their story in a way that's compelling for others to hear, so that they can be inspired how we're inspired here on the ground. It's a really trusting thing for them to do, and it's also a sense of responsibility that we need to tell the story that they deserve for the world to hear.
If you want to see hope, come in Africa. All these people are dreaming.
I've felt a pretty strong sense of optimism interacting with the environmentalists that we've worked with here in Senegal. There have been a lot of reasons to feel down and out about the environmental crisis, and watching L'Homme Plastique and Babacar create positive change has just really lifted my spirits and given me a lot of hope for what people like them are doing all over the world. As the Goat Surf Club, we feel very optimistic about the state of the planet.
More of the world needs that mindset. More people in climate change need that mindset.
And we feel that talking with people all over the world while we're on these surf trips not only gives us hope, but hopefully can provide a platform for people that are doing good work in this space.
Tous les pneus que vous voyez ici, donc on l'a récupéré aussi dans la nature. Montrer aux d'autres gens que les pneus peuvent nous servir.
Surfing is addictive and it's infectious. The joy that surfing brings us seeps out of us as surfers. Yeah, we knew we were on the end of a swell season, but as the inevitable optimists that the three of us are, we were having our fingers crossed that we'd catch the end of the winter swells, maybe even get some lucky early south swells. We have ended up in a bit of an in-between. We've been able to have fun with it, of course, with the Goat Surf Club. I was hoping for a bit more size in the waves here, but we've surfed some really perfectly shaped waves. So even if they're small, that's really fun.
Surfing in Senegal, people are just happy to hang out. We paddled out and there was 2 kids out there with us, and we all bonded over the fact that there were jellyfish everywhere. And me and Tom were just like getting stung and screaming, and the kids were laughing at us and they thought we were so stupid, but then they would get stung and we would laugh back at them, and it was like a nice little bonding even though none of us spoke the same language.
What's super interesting about Senegal is that the surf culture is growing super quickly, and with that, that means that there's more people in the ocean appreciating surfing, and therefore more people getting engaged with ocean conservation, keeping beaches clean and looking out for marine plastics. There's something special about the people, the waves, and the way of life here, that's for sure.
This problem of plastic pollution isn't just limited to what we see on the beaches. It extends into our oceans. And as surfers, we love these places, we love these waves, and we interact with this on a daily basis. I feel like I'm gonna leave Senegal with a lot of hope because I've seen people making a difference, even just a little bit. But if everybody can make a difference, we can create some sustainable change. As you can tell by the length of my hair, some time has passed since our trip to Senegal, and I'm so happy to report that the violence has now subsided and life is once again normal. as we wrap up this final episode, there's a few people we would like to thank before we go. First up, we'd like to thank Modou Fall, aka the Plastic Man, for showing us what it looks like to stand up for what you believe in. Next, we'd like to thank Babacar from the Surfrider Foundation for helping share the love of surfing and therefore the love of the ocean with so many people. We'd also like to thank our hosts for the trip, Rama, Victor, and Guyane, for giving us a place to stay and keeping us safe during the protests. Guyane, thanks for not taking it easy on us in that basketball game. We'll get you next time. Finally, we want to thank all of you, yes, you, for sticking it out with us through the ups and downs of our time in Senegal. These videos make us so happy, and we hope they do the same for you. All right, well that's it for this season of the Goat Surf Club. But don't worry, we'll be back. On our next trip, we're heading to